What's cooler than an arcade with go-karts, mini golf, bumper boats, roller coaster, VR, and so much more? Well, not a whole lot of things. And we have one of those here, local in the Austin area. This video is us checking out the Austins, or also known as Austin's Park. My name is Chris Marty from Marty Party Travel. Let's jump right in and let's learn all about this amazing location and how much fun you can have here with you and your family. If you've driven around Austin at all, you've for sure seen this place. Heading north on 35, heading out of town on the right-hand side, you've seen the mini golf course and just the little castle and all their crazy water features they've got outside. That's what this place is. About 10 minutes south, Kalahari, which is again just a little bit north in Round Rock. This place has prime location right off the frontage road. And so I grew up in Las Vegas and Henderson specifically, and we had a place like this. I swear the name was Fantasia. I tried to look it up and I can't find anything about it, but we had a place like this with mini golf, bumper boats, and the roller skating ring where I grew up. And so I was super excited to go to Austin's. And when we actually went at night for the Twilight special, and that's what this video was actually intended to be about, was the special that they have currently on Friday and Saturday nights from 7:30 till they close at 11. But when I got home and I kind of checked on YouTube to see what other people had done about this place, it looks like there hasn't really been a comprehensive review of the place. So we're gonna try and stitch together this footage that we have and provide you the most comprehensive review of Austin's that we can find currently on YouTube. So let's jump right in and let's talk about everything that I learned about Austin's in my quick visit. Like I already mentioned, if you are going on Friday and Saturday night, again, the intent of this video originally was to talk about their Twilight special, and it's a great deal. It's Friday and Saturday nights from 7:30 till closing, which is currently about 11, and it gives you unlimited access to all of their attractions for $29.99. This is almost half off of the pricing that was currently displayed for the all-day passes. And again, it's only valid from 7:30 to 11, but if you're there and you've eaten beforehand and you're kind of ready to go like we were, you can get a lot done. Unfortunately for us, we didn't check the weather, and the one day that we made the drive up from New Braunfels to this place, it was raining, so we really didn't get to do the outdoors at all, but we definitely would have had time in order to do that. We took our time inside, again, kind of walked around, filmed a lot of stuff, and did plenty of attractions on the inside. But of course, make sure that you check the weather because the outside pass is non-refundable if you buy the Twilight special. We learned that the hard way. They have a rain check guarantee for the main attraction passes. If you buy their all-day special and the outside is closed for more than an hour, they'll actually refund your money and give you a rain check. But again, if you buy the Twilight specials, no rain check. So definitely make sure that you pay attention to that because we, again, learned the hard way. So as for the park itself, when you come in, you're just wowed by the immense size of it all. You don't realize that this thing is on the type of acreage that it is, especially in its location, which you feel like it's really, really prime real estate. They have a great spot with their location. So as soon as you walk in, you're in a big building, huge ceilings, and you're just immediately hit by the wall of the arcade. There's some different machines and stuff that are in that kind of front area. Some claw machines. They've got the whole carnival style, like water spray gun machine right there. And you have the front check-in desk. So this is where you're gonna go to purchase your tickets, to purchase your wristbands, to kind of get things going. There was a secondary desk that was right when you came in that I'm sure is open when it's busier. But since again, we went kind of at night and it was slow, they had the primary desk in front of the bowling alley that was open. And so here, we'll show you the prices of everything. This is kind of how much things cost normally. Again, Twilight special, $29.99 for unlimited attraction passes. And so what is an attraction at Austin's? Well, it's anything outside. So this is gonna be the little mini roller coaster they have out there, the little mini bus they've got for the kids. They have 3 different go-kart tracks. They've got kind of the big adult track where you have the ability to take your kids with you. And again, if you're an adult over 18, as they categorize it, put your kid next to you in that go-kart and drive them around. They've got the solo go-kart track. Again, for people that are tall enough to drive by themselves, there were no 2-person carts on that track. And then they've got the little itty bitty golf cart track. It's just one little circle, and you actually have a maximum height requirement on that track. So all of that is included in the attraction pass. You also out there have the bumper boats, the batting cages, and the mini golf. 18 holes of mini golf. It looks like there's a side A and side B. Again, I didn't get to do it, so I don't know exactly what's out there, but I walked around a little bit and it looked really, really cool. with a lot of great obstacles. Inside as well, they also, for Attraction Pass, have the spinny rotating tower kind of drop ride. And then they've got the Rapids roller coaster, which has a big drop and the carts kind of spin around, and it's a good time. Definitely did that one, and we'll post the footage on this video of that. And then they've got laser tag as well, and VR, and a rock wall. So there's a ton of stuff that these wristbands cover. And nothing that we did felt cheap or dated or old. It all felt very, very upkept, very nice, in good condition, and we had a great time, again, on our Twilight special, even with that rain closing the outside. So once you've checked it and you've gotten your wristbands, there's a couple things to know. Number one, bowling is separate. They have the pricing again here that we're going to display of what bowling currently was. So you can pay this price for bowling, you can buy the hour, make reservations, have your own private lane, and again, really nice, the bowling area. They had all the different lanes. They had the seating area where you're able, with the couches and the table, to relax. Of course, they were taking food orders and drink orders for the lane, so they were bringing you your food and your drinks. They've got bumpers, of course, on the bowling lane, and they also have the child assist, the little pink, purple, drop the ball thing and push it down, where, again, if you're too little to kind of roll the ball or throw the ball on your own, the kind of bowling assisting is there. So full service bowling lanes, and of course, like any modern bowling alley in 2024, tons of TVs, able to just kind of be in the action, watch the major games. They were playing NBA when we were there, so major sporting events are displayed on this TV, but really, really cool. And that's located right behind the front desk when you come in. And so if you continue to the left, again, the left from the entrance, that's where you're going to hit the main part of the arcade. So as soon as you cross the threshold, on your right-hand side, you'll have laser tag immediately. So stopping at laser tag, talking about that, it looks like they can have a ton of people in there. I counted briefly, it looks like 30 to 40 people worth of equipment that they had, the laser tag kind of blasters and the vests. And so you wait in the line, they let you in, they have a little setup area with a safety demonstration video where they talk about laser tag and how it's going to work. And then when you go inside, it was a massive arena, single story, so it's not a multi-story laser tag arena, single story, but definitely a lot of obstacles, neon kind of glow in the dark feel in there, a lot of stuff to hide behind, and it was a great time. And your blasters do keep score, so you can kind of have an idea of how many points you've gotten, how many times you've died, your respawn timer, and everything like that. So definitely make a stop at laser tag. One of the highlights of our visit was that my 3-year-old had a great time wearing the oversized vest and the gun, but he loved it, and it was super duper cool. So you keep walking past laser tag, and on the left, you've got the bar, the Rebel Bar. So that's the name of their bar, and it's kind of designed to be like an adult, I don't even want to call it a Dave & Buster's, but it's like an adult hangout. So they're really catering for you to come in, to drink at the bar. They've got the wall of TVs, right, showing major sporting events, full bar, draft beers, tons of cocktails, and of course the great pizzas that Austin is known for. We didn't eat, full disclaimer, we did not eat. We knew we were going late for the Twilight passes, and so we ate beforehand just to kind of go quick. But I walked by as people were eating those pizzas, and they looked really, really good. My wife also made multiple comments about the pizza, which now I realize she wanted the pizza and we should have got the pizza, but I did not at the time. But anyways, once you hit the video wall back there, to the right, they've got kind of the adult playground of games. And so they've got pool tables in there, they've got ping pong tables in there, they've got bags or bean toss, if that's how you call it. And they actually have some type of like a shuffle, I guess it says curling, I don't know. It's like a shuffle game on the ground. I'm not sure what it is, but it's some type of cool shuffle game. And then on the left side of Revel, they also have a full dart lounge. So that was really cool. And then secondary pool tables there as well. There's some in the front of Revel in the arcade. And then next to, on the left side, the dart games, there was a ton of pool tables there as well. So really neat spot if you want to go after work on a weekend, relax, have a couple drinks, and then play some adult games. Really, really cool spot, and that's inside of Austin. Again, Revel is the name. So heading out of Revel, you've got the main part of the arcade like we kind of talked about. This is where you're going to find the cluster of machines. All very new machines, all in great condition. I didn't see much wear and tear in there at all. The games were all functioning. I didn't really see any out of order signs or anything like that. And the machines are modern. A lot of duplicates. If you've been to Kalahari, which we, of course, on this channel have featured a couple times, a lot of duplicate machines there, like the Jurassic Park kind of push cart game and some of the ring toss and the little ball tosses and different things. So a lot of duplicates there. But again, these are the more modern arcade games, and so it's really, really neat. So let's talk about the arcade a little bit. Your wristband does not include arcade games. They do sell some packages and specials during the day that will include arcade credits, but in general, the arcade is separate from the attraction's wristband. And so there's kiosks all around the arcade where you can go and you can buy a card, and the card is, you swipe on every single machine, so there's no coins, tokens, or anything like that. And just like most, again, modern arcade, there are bundle deals. So you can get, we got the $100 card, but it loaded up $140 worth of credits, right? So it gave us a $40 free amount of credits by buying that package amount. And all of that's displayed there on the kiosk. 25-cent charge for a new card. So just keep that in mind, that if you are going to go there semi-frequently, want to save a quarter, keep your card, bring it back, rechargeable. Your card is also where your tickets go, so it's very, very critical that you do not lose that card. People that bought them directly at the desk, I saw them taking photos of them because that's how you can get another one in case that you lose your card. It sounds like if you don't have photos of it, there's no way for them to track it. So again, your tickets and your credits will be gone. So definitely keep track of that. But those kiosks were located near the front and then throughout the arcade itself. Also in the arcade is where two more of the attractions are. They have the rotating drop tower. Again, you kind of sit in the seat, spin around, launch up and down, flashing lights, great time. That is there as well. And then of course the Raging Rapids coaster, which we talked about, where it's kind of like one of those Wern coasters at the county fair, but the carts do rotate in a full 360 degree and you go around 3 times. So the line wasn't long when we went. We were able to go straight on pretty much on the next ride, and we had a lot of fun. Definitely, if you get prone to motion sickness, which I do, bring some type of anti-motion sickness medicine if you're going to ride that thing. I didn't think it's fun that much, which is why I went. Normally I wouldn't go due to the motion sickness. So I was like, oh, it doesn't look like it's spinning that much. I still got a little dizzy, so just be careful. But other than that, our arcade's cool. Again, really modern, really nice, lots to do in there. Definitely don't miss it. Check it out. So, okay, so now we've seen the whole left side. That's kind of the left side of the whole Austin Park. At the back of the arcade, there are doors to the outside, which we'll talk about the outside in a second. But if you want to bring it back towards the front, back to where the very beginning was, the restrooms are up there. I didn't mention that the first time, but they're right there across from the desk when you come in. And then as you kind of head to the right side of Austin's from the front, you've got the ticket shop, the Redemption Center, where you can redeem all of your winnings, your credits, and your tickets to get your prizes, of course. Same thing, very modern prices. They have things that are very relevant to today. I didn't see anything in there that I was kind of like, oh, this is old or dated. It all felt like really neat stuff. I even saw an air fryer back there behind the counter, if that's kind of your thing. And so right past the gift shop on the right side, that's where you're going to find the 4D Dark Theater and the Rock Wall. So the Rock Wall, it either was closed or we just didn't ask, but we didn't do the Rock Wall, but there was about 3 or 4 different ones of it. It's nothing crazy high, so really good for kids under 10. They'll have a great time. And they have the harnesses in there, of course, a safety rope and a couple rock walls. And then the 4D Dark Theater, which had 3 different movie rides that you can do. So if you don't know, a 4D theater is where you put on your glasses so you got the 3D visuals and you sit in those chairs and the chairs kind of move and they vibrate and they make noise. And it's supposed to provide a real, just kind of, again, 3D experience. I took my 3-year-old in there because they said that they had the carnival movie. I did not understand what they meant by carnival. They meant horror carnival, so spooky clowns, right? Not the fun, roller coaster carnival. But yeah, he was, he didn't cry, but you could definitely tell that he was not about the spooky, scary clowns. And so when you go in, you sit in the chair, you take your seat, you put on your 3D glasses, you have a blaster, all of the rides, all of the movie rides on there. Your goal is to shoot the bad guys in the movie. And so then the ride starts. It looks like it kind of went on for about 4 to 5 minutes. You have your blaster, you shoot things, and then it ends. Fortunately, there was no line when we went because it was kind of slow. So me and Luke, my little boy, went on the first one, the carnival one. I got him out of there right away as soon as I realized what it was. And then my daughter and her friend went twice. They went on the other two. They didn't even have to get us. They just played them back to back because there was no other line. So really cool. And again, if you're a fan of spooky, those rides are really cool. There was a werewolf one, and then I forget what the third one was, but I know werewolf, spooky carnival, and something else. I didn't see what the other one was. But anyways, okay, so that was cool over there. So when you come back towards the front, you look to the right, there's a little hallway, last couple arcade games there. And then you'll have on the right-hand side, when you get to the end of that hallway, and also by the 4D theaters, the buffet. And so the buffet was priced really, really well, under $20. We didn't make it in time because it closes at 7, right before the Twilight special begins. But the buffet was under $20 a person. We have the menu here. We'll show you what the menu had on it when we went, what was on there. But that's a really good price for a buffet, all things considering. Again, we've been to Kalahari a couple times. That buffet is $50 a person. And don't get me wrong, they serve really, really high-end food. But if you wanted to bring the family and have an inexpensive, good meal here, this looked really awesome. And they have a ton of seating area in there. Again, we didn't get to do it, but it's right there on the right-hand side. And so when you get to the back, that's where some of the rest of the doors are to go outside. When you get to the back of this hallway, that's where the rest of the doors are to go outside of the outside area. It's right here that you'll see the golf club cart, which has all the different clubs right here, different sizes depending again on the length and the height of the player. So we saw at least 3 different size variants that you were able to grab and choose from. And again, at the time of our visit, the balls for mini golf were at the front desk. So you would get a ball at the front desk, head to the back of the hallway, there you get a club, and you'd head outside. And so let's talk about outside. Again, it was closed when we went, but we were able to get this really unique footage where it was almost like we were there when no one else was there, because no one was outside because it was raining, and I was able to kind of come out here and walk around while there was no rain. So it was a pretty neat POV of what this place looks like without people in it. So when you come outside, you're kind of in the center area, and there's a big outdoor seating area. Lots of tables that are covered right there, lounge chairs where you can sit, maybe if your party's outside, or maybe if you just want to break from the noise of the inside, because there's a lot of different machines and flashing lights and sounds going on. You have that seating area right there, covered under the back, I'd almost call it patio of Austin's. And so you arrive, if you come out this way, kind of in the middle of the back section. So you can go left, and that's where the batting cages are. So again, got some shots here of those batting cages, but it looks like an actual batting cage, right? So you've got balls on random timers that can come at you at any time at varying degrees of speed, and you need to be ready to go. They have strict rules, of course, about one person at a time. Always be paying attention, full safety gear, including face masks, so that way they minimize the amount of injuries. But other than that, it looks like they have a pretty professional setup here. They even have a fastball cage where, again, if you are underneath a certain age, I believe it was 16, you cannot hit balls in the fastball cage. So really cool setup there. And then when you come out, again, coming back to the middle where the doors are, you can kind of see the mini golf on the other side of the water features, but that's not where the entrance is. You continue to the right, and that's where everything else kind of is. As you're walking right, the first thing on your left-hand side is going to be the bumper boats. So you're going to have that kind of line right there, and the dock. They've got some signs talking about how you may notice that all the bumper boats aren't running at the same time, and that's due to them needing to recharge because they are battery powered. And it looks like as well that there are some of those machines, if you've ever been to Universal or Disney or any theme park really, where people that aren't riding can be kind of shoreside and pay money in the summer to wet the people that are riding in the bumper boats with this like super soaker machine. So we saw those there. That's what I assume they are. And so as you pass the bumper boats, you can make a left turn on your left-hand side. And that's where you're going to find the entrance to mini golf. So 18 holes as far as I know for the mini golf. Again, didn't get to do it, but that's what we could kind of see. And so when you come up to hole 1, there's a left course and a right course. Hole 1 for each side, you go left or right. And there was this cool spinning wheel here that you would spin before the first person would hit each time. And then you would kind of get like a challenge, if you will, right? And you could basically do whatever it said on the sign and kind of add a spicy layer to your mini golf section. Mini golf course looked legit. Again, a lot of great water features. The holes look challenging. And if you've ever been to what I would call a real mini golf course, I felt like this one was definitely up there with them to where you could have a great time. And again, it didn't look like it was just every hole is a flat green, right? I didn't view it as a putting green at all. It looked like there was some challenge to it, especially as you continued on. And again, here's some footage that we walked through a couple of the holes, but it was raining and again, didn't want to be outside too long while the family was having fun inside. Over here as well, by the start of mini golf, you'll see so they call it like the little safari racetrack. That's the little go-kart track where just is one loop, and it's meant for people under a certain height. I believe it was 48 inches or something, so not meant for big people, kind of starter go-kart sections. So if you come back from that, and again, you can kind of continue heading right if you're facing out the doors, left if you're coming from mini golf. You can keep heading down there, and that's where you're going to see a couple of attractions. So before we get to the rest of the go-karts, let's talk about the outdoor carnival style attractions that are here. And so there's again a little outdoor roller coaster. It looked very tame, no big drops, definitely intended for kids 8 and under, right? It was not at all like a high thrill coaster, but that's out there and available for you to ride. They also have one of those school buses that kind of go out around on a little loop, right? If you've ever been to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, you know what I'm talking about. So they've got something like that there as well. And then they have a 2-story carousel, which is pretty neat. I have not seen anything like that, but it is a double-decker carousel, and they have that, and you can go to the upper level and ride on the carousel. So pretty cool. And then the last big attraction outside is, of course, the 2 remaining go-kart tracks. You have the one on the left, which has both single carts and the dual-person cart, again, intended so that if you have somebody that is not at the height requirements to drive themselves, they can ride with you. What's cool is that if your kids are tall, like my 3-year-old who is over 40 inches, he was 43 inches when we went. His birthday's in August, so he's about almost 3.5. He was old enough to go in the go-karts. So I could have driven him in the 2-person go-kart and he would have been fine because it had a 40-inch height requirement to be a passenger. And what's neat as well about that is they haven't set up to where it is truly like for an adult driver. So what I mean by that is that they're classifying an adult as somebody over the age of 18. So just because you're a tall 14-year-old doesn't mean that you can drive your little brother or sister around, right? You actually have to be someone over 18 to drive. And again, just keeping it safe for all the little ones out there on the track. That track was the most intensive of them. That's the one that had the most turns and the ups and downs, right? It had the hills and everything. So that was the biggest track, the one that allows you to kind of co-drive somebody that is under the height requirement. And then on the right-hand side, single carts only, looked like kind of a speed lap, like just basically go as fast as you can in a circle, right? Didn't look like there was too many turns on that go-kart track on the right, more of a basic layout. And it seemed to me like it was pretty much just, vroom, vroom, right? NASCAR style, go as fast as you can. And again, I saw only single riders on that side. So you have to make sure that you're at the height requirements. You ride those and drive those on your own. And so that was everything that we saw on the outside. Again, if I missed something, I apologize. We did the best we could with kind of the weather and things like that. So all in all, Austin's lots to do. Definitely recommend probably going during the day, especially with good weather, of course. Getting one of those all-day passes because they confirmed like they are good for the whole day. It's not time blocked like some of the other amusement parks where you get a couple hours. They even told me straight up that you could come first thing when they open, get a wristband, ride a couple rides, go home or go back to your hotel if you're staying in the area, rest up, come back, and you're still good for the whole day. So really, really good value if you're coming on the weekend or again, maybe a day in the summer when they're open during the week and you can come during the day. So really, really high value there. Twilight Special, again, which was the intent of this video, is also a good deal. Getting that 50% off of their normal pricing for limited attractions from 7:30 to 11. Felt like a good value to me, even with the outside being closed. We had plenty of fun. My daughter's 8, son is 3, and then her friend's also 8 or 9. So the 3 of them had a great time playing in the arcade and doing the indoor attractions that we did. We didn't eat, and we didn't do bowling, but everything else we were able to do, and it was fun. Everything felt, again, very new, very modern, and it felt like a great place to entertain and spend a weekend. So hopefully this helps you. If you have any questions about our visit to Austin's or you want recommendations or anything from what we can provide. I'm happy to do so. Just comment below, leave your questions. I'm happy to answer anything that I'm able to about this park. Check out their website, austinspark.com, where you can see hours and different specials and things like that. So again, guys, my name is Chris Marty from Marty Party Travel. I'm a local real estate professional in the area, own a big brokerage. So if you want real estate advice or you want to buy or sell anything in the great state of Texas, please feel free to reach out to me as well. And as always, like and subscribe on our channel for more amazing content of the Austin, San Antonio, and international destinations that we go to. My name is Chris Marty, guys, from Marty Party Travel, and we'll catch you next time.